What's up, guys? Blade Master here, going to be bringing you some coverage for the Blade Balance Flash tournament that ended about 3 to 4 days ago. It was a very fun tournament. I think around 12 players participated. As you see, my chariot's bowling over my own man. It was a lot of fun. I plan on hosting more of these. Maybe I could even like make them coincide with the Saturday streaming from air. So maybe he can maybe co-commentate or something. Although I doubt that's something that he'd want to do. I think the Saturday streaming thing is one thing that he kind of gets a break from bringing the usual online content, and maybe he can experiment a little bit more. But then again, I have seen that many people just like to watch. Either they like to watch siege battles that are played post battle, or they like to see online battles 1v1s that are played in real time, because there's not much lag and it's a bit more exciting than your usual town sort of stuff. Sorry if I sound depressed because I do have a cold and it's at 7:30 in the morning. I'm just trying to get like a video out for today. I have a couple of videos in in the bag right now, but I want to get the usual dank intros applied to them first. And yeah, so these are tournament battles. Usually I don't add any effects to tournament battles. So yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about this battle first. This is my first battle. By the way, if you guys want me to as these guys missed their javelins, if you guys want me to bring you more coverage from the Flash tournament, let me know, because I do have the Big Blade Balance tournament coverage that I need to do. But I also have Jaws replays from the Blade Balance Flash tournament. So let me know if you want me to show you guys that as well. Jaw persuade me to add that in. I've taken Egypt in this battle. The first battle I'm playing against Europeanlion, and he has taken Boii, and it's going to be a very traditional Boii with 3 Celtic slingers against a total of 4 Nubian bowmen in the skirmish department for me. In terms of mainline infantry, he's brought a total of 6 sword followers versus a total of 2 Egyptian pikemen in the center, a couple of regular pikemen on the flanks, and then 1 thorax pikeman. And then in terms of cavalry, he's only got a total of 3 heavy horse against my more numerous Egyptian cavalry and, total of 4 Egyptian cavalry and camel archers. He's also got a couple of naked warrior who we can, classify as specialist units. Or he's only got one. Yeah, only one of them. And then he's brought a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4 Levy Freemen. So a very traditional Boii build. I don't think a traditional Boii build will work against, a pike heavy Egypt build in Blade Balance, because you can see he's already lost the skirmish battle. Charging in with the Egyptian cavalry against his Levy Freeman, got a lot of kills on his Levy Free off the charge. Here, this Egyptian cavalry didn't really do much. I don't really know what it charged. It didn't really charge anything. The camel archers, I'm forced to pull them back. I'm pulling away my cavalry units on the flanks because I want him to just try to pour in through the center, and then that's why I'm collapsing my flanks, trying to be as defensive as possible. Meanwhile, my archers are taking shots against his old sword general. He's losing a lot of men on his old sword here. They're getting pelted by arrows, and it's going to take them a bit more time because there's not much armor penetration in these arrows. But suffice to say, the 2 archers focus firing on these guys is not going to help their chances of survival. The Celtic slingers doing some weird things. The sword followers got a great volley off on my Egyptian cavalry, but that's a loss that I have to take. I'm putting away with them. This one, I actually charged this Egyptian camel over here because the Levy Freeman was very isolated, which is why the camel archer is so useful for Egypt. Now I'm going to charge in with Egyptian cavalry, hold down his sword followers, and this is kind of a mistake. I should have used my Nubian spearmen here, but in any case, I have my chariot special unit that's going to try and charge into the Levy Freeman and take a massive javelin volley to the face. So that's not a good start for me. I've already lost 4 side chariots off that. I'm charging in my Nubian spearmen a bit too late, and they're going to be absolutely worthless now. I don't think Nubian spearmen are a great choice in any case. I still like the Levi Thoria spears more than them. The side chariots still have managed to get 82 kills on a bunch of sword followers, which is good. I'm pulling back my Egyptian cavalry. They've already taken so much damage from that sword follower. But now I'm crashing into the rear with my side chariots. My general, who's a royal peltist, has charged into a sword follower that was not charging back at them. And meanwhile, my camel archers are taking fire shots into their rear. In the center, there's not really much going. I'm pushing my thorax pikeman, issued not an attack order but a movement order, so that I can try and close down against the sword followers. My side charges, I've got a single XP chevron, and now his sword followers are actually trying to engage my thorax pikeman. They're going to wrap around, but it's not going to be good enough because they're going to take a lot of damage from the front. Meanwhile, only like half of their units are going to hit the thorax pikeman from the rear, and the thorax pikeman will just kill them off very quickly. Egyptian cavalry, not good micro here, but letting them get engaged like this is going to allow me to pull back, and then the unit that has an attack order on them will then face up against my pikemen. And I've already issued an attack order with my pikemen, so they're just going to push incredibly hard against these sword followers. My Royal Peltis General has done decently enough against this sword follower, but with a lot of help from my supporting units. Side Charge here has destroyed that Levy Freeman and is now going to crash through the general, who was already very damaged from my Nubian bows. They're down to 6 men, my side chariots. They've taken a lot of friendly fire and a lot of javelin fire. They've done the damage. I mean, they've almost got his double XP chevron. And Thorax Pikemen here, they are losing a lot of men to sword followers, but this little push through with the side chariots is going to be so incredibly helpful. So yeah, my thorax pikemen were not doing very well, but now the sword followers as well are not going to do very well. They're all the way down to 60 and 70. Half strength thorax pikemen, sword followers. Nubian bowmen basically out of ammo, but they've done a decent bit of damage. They've killed off the enemy skirmish line, and they've inflicted a lot of health penalties on the enemy general. Pikemen here, only one loss and a lot of kills. The naked swords can't really do much. Naked warriors, they have to, if they're going to charge into the front of pikes, they're basically dead. My Royal Peltist, not doing great, but I mean, they're faced up against such tough units, and with the help of my Camel Archers, they should be able to pull the flank battle onto my favor. He moved around with his heavy horse and tried to hit my rear, but now these units are a bit too isolated. The heavy horse is going to face up against Egyptian cavalry. Egyptian cavalry might actually be able to do very decently here. And the thing is, heavy horse have only 55. They have 55 morale, and I'm bringing Nubian spearmen, so this battle is going to go in my favor anyways. But they were already at half strength, and losing units like this is not going to be good for their morale. So they might just, even if they eventually win that battle, they'll lose now because of the fear effects. Sword followers here dying. Pikemen have gotten a lot of kills. Egyptian cavalry helping out, just destroying them from the rear. The Egyptian pikemen here forming a solid wall against the Oathstone and bringing this pikeman around to just present a solid wall against the general. My thorax pikemen, I guess, have returned from routing. They all have very low morale, as you can see. Even the pikemen have only 42 morale, so it's very easy, very susceptible to getting routed from the enemy. The sword follower here, my general in shield wall have actually done pretty decently. I haven't done the greatest, but for Hellenic faction elite unit, they've done decently against barbarian swords. And the pikemen here going to destroy the sword followers now, which is good. Nubian bowmen won't really be able to do anything now. They're basically out of solutions. They're out of ammo. Pikemen here destroying the enemy general. They're wavering due to army losses. There's one general at 1 Oathstone and 141 men, and I don't really need to do much against with my Egyptian cavalry. My pike clan has stayed intact. My skirmish clan has also stayed intact. So there's not really too much that can go on. Heroic victory, which is I think one of my few heroic victories. And you know what? Don't think for a second that Europeanlion is a poor player or anything. He's actually one of the much better players that I've faced in Blade Balance. It's just that you cannot afford to bring a traditional Boii build against a pike-heavy Egyptian faction in Blade Balance, especially one with something like a chariot unit that can crush through infantry incredibly quickly. So the chariot helped, devastate, my right flank, which allowed me to stay defensive with my pikes and robbed him of some crucial support if he was trying to get to the rear of my army, which would have been devastating and I would have lost. But yeah, this side chariot was incredibly helpful, even though I didn't use it at the best way. Royal Peltis General did decently in holding off one flank, and then I used him there purposely because I knew my Camel Archers would help turn the tide of any battle. And yeah, my pikes, of course, stayed intact, which is the biggest thing. My regular pikemen did very well, and my thorax swordsman as well. I kept them behind. So when his heavy horse decided to enter the rear of my formation, I just set an attack order with them, and they'll last a decent amount. Egyptian cavalry as well did pretty decently. I don't think this was a heroic victory of any sort. I don't know why it said this is a heroic victory, but auspicious start to my my blade balance flash tournament progress. Hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.